Well, hello everybody, and happy Valentine's Day. I was just scrolling around the internet, and my wife and I are getting ready to have some dinner here pretty soon. And there's a lot of people asking about what is love? What is love? It's Valentine's Day. I guess that's what's on everybody's mind. So I don't really have much planned for this, but I thought I would just jump on here, try and do a very, very short little video. I do have, of course, our open panel live stream tomorrow. I'm really excited to have A's Philosophy come on. We're going to have a discussion, kind of an informal debate on free will. That should be a really interesting topic. As many of you know, I don't necessarily support the idea of libertarian free will. A's Philosophy does support that, so we're gonna have a back and forth and see if we can't figure out whether free will is actually real or not, or if everything is determined. So I'm really looking forward to that discussion tomorrow. But for today, I just wanted to get on here really quick. I think most people know I'm happily married. Been married for gosh over. I think we're getting ready to celebrate our 25-year wedding anniversary coming up here pretty soon. And my wife and I have been together for about 30 years total because we dated for a few years before we got married. We were engaged for a year or so, and then of course got married. So I definitely have a lot to say about love. And, I talk a lot about marriage too. What does it take to make a successful marriage? We're all in this rat race, right? We're scrambling with our jobs. We are trying to get enough resources to get by, maybe even get ahead a little bit. And what are we doing this for, right? Is it for comfort? Is that what we're really trying to get? Food, shelter, clothing, nice car. At what point does this no longer provide us a certain amount of comfort? Well, the reason we're really doing this, once we have the resources that we need, is we're doing this so that we can attract companionship from other people. That's what we're really looking for. Comfort really comes from companionship, which is why you could get by with so little if you're with somebody that you love. So once you have all the resources and everything you need, you're no longer focused on just yourself because you're now focusing on building a relationship with other people. And when you build this relationship with other people, you realize quickly that it takes sacrifices to make a successful relationship. You've got to be willing to make sacrifices. And what I've come to find out with my relationship with my wife is the thing that makes it such an incredible thing, this true love, is what my wife really does for me. I mean, there's the obvious stuff, right? Companionship. She supports me. She has sympathy and empathy for me when I'm down, so on and so forth. She builds me up. When I was sick, she obviously took care of me physically, right? As many of you know, I had a terrible illness I suffered, and my wife was there for me. But there's something that's so much more important than all of that, actually. And those things are important. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean to minimize any of those things. But the most important thing and the biggest benefit of what love can do is love is the thing that makes you want to be a better person. It drives you to be a better person. And that's really significant because self-love can't necessarily do that, right? In fact, when we're so focused on ourselves, oftentimes what happens is when we meet people that make us want to, that challenge us, right, that create this reflection that we realize we're not as good of a person as we really probably ought to be or should be. Instead of owning up to that and taking on that challenge, we just go find different people to surround ourselves with, people who don't challenge us as much, right? When it comes to a loving relationship, though, you're willing to stick it out. You're willing to face those challenges and say, okay, I want to take that head on, and I do want to become that better person. That's what love really is. And it's significant. And I really wish that everybody could experience that in their lives because self-love is important. You do need to have self-love. You've got to value yourself. As much as I talk about things like objective morality and equality, which I do believe in very much, and I support equality, it's very important that we see the humanity in everybody and that we see ourselves as equals. But you've got to ultimately prioritize yourself to some degree, right? If you don't take care of yourself, you're not in a position to take care of anybody else. So you've got to take care of yourself first. But then you've got to be willing to stretch out your hand and help the next guy along. That's the whole point of it all, in my opinion. So self-care, self-love, this is very important. But what really pushes you to be the best human being that you can possibly be, right, is to be in love with somebody else, in my opinion. And I think that's the true value of love. And to make that happen, it takes sacrifices. It takes a lot of sacrifice. And it's difficult for us because the ego is really hard to control, the ego, to get a handle on our egos. It's really difficult. But that's one of the challenges that we've got to overcome in life, is dealing with the ego. But it is worth it. You gain such a sense of accomplishment when you meet those bigger challenges, when you take those challenges head on. And so it is worth it. Love is also even beyond that. You can love, that's the love that you get between two people in a relationship, but you can also have love for humanity, right? I was thinking the other day, because, well, the other day, last month I think it was, we recently celebrated a Dr. Martin Luther King Day, right? And he had something that he said that I thought was so impactful. And I meant to do a video on it, but I never had the time. I took on a promotion at work, and I've just been so buried. I just haven't had time to do much with YouTube. But Dr. Martin Luther King, the thing that he said, one of the things he said that has made such a huge impact on me, is he said that darkness cannot overcome darkness. Only light can do that. And the same thing can be said for hate. You cannot overcome hate with more hate. Only love can do that, right? And I think this is really, really important. It's so hard for us to love the things that we don't like, the things that we don't agree with, in particular when it involves people, right? But if we find this humanity in them, if we can search for that humanity, and we can find a way to love people in spite of the actions, we can hate the actions, right? We can disapprove of the actions, and we can punish injustices. But we must always maintain the awareness that these are human beings, right? And we must learn to love, to overcome hate with love. That's the power that love can bring. Okay, so love can be looked at in many different ways. Valentine's Day, we're thinking about love in a relationship. And I do love my wife. I love my relationship. I love my marriage. I love the fact that I'm being challenged daily to be a better man. And I love to rise up to that challenge. It's exciting, especially when I meet that challenge. And I don't always do it. I fail often, right? We're human beings. Of course, we're going to fail. That's what makes it challenging, right? If it were easy, then it wouldn't be a challenge by definition. So I don't really have much to say today. I just want to wish you guys a happy Valentine's Day. Let you know we're going to be doing our usual show tomorrow, open panel on free will. And I do hope that you guys are enjoying your holiday. If you don't have anybody special, right, then focus on some self-love, focus on some community, right? Love each other, do it that way. And remember that if you're going to overcome something really difficult, love can be the tool that can help you do this. Oh, there's somebody in the chat. I didn't even realize I was going live. I thought I was going to record this. Let me see here. What am I doing? Scientific Origins. So great to see you. Thank you for joining. I think that feelings are too complex to be fixed with any one thing. Love is a good start, but education is even better. Do both. Oh, I would absolutely agree with you. In fact, I should probably highlight this comment so people can see what I'm talking about here. Yeah, you're absolutely right about this. Oh, Scientific Origins. Austin. I know who this is. Yeah, Austin, I'm glad you're here. I might as well do this live right now. That's kind of embarrassing. I'm so dysfunctional when it comes to technology. I have mentioned you a couple times in some of my live streams. I really like your work. You've done some really good stuff in your community posts as well. And whenever I mention somebody, I always try to put a link to their YouTube channel in the description of the video. And I don't know what's going on, if it's just my YouTube or if other people have told you this or not, but usually when I look for a link, whenever all I have to do is type in the @ symbol, and it will automatically bring up the YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to. And I know for a fact, because I've double checked, I am subscribed to your YouTube channel, but for some reason I cannot get your YouTube channel to come up. It's only when a suggested video pops up that I can watch one of your videos. I can't search for you by name. I've looked under Austin Sims. I've looked under Austin. I looked under Scientific Origins, and I cannot find you. And you're not on my list of subscriptions either. So I don't know if you've had other people tell you this or not. I don't know if that's just a me problem, which it could be. I might be just so dysfunctional with this technology, but for some reason I've not been able to get a link to your channel plugged in, and I'd be happy to do that, to promote you and your ideas. I think you're a very intelligent young man, really well spoken. I've enjoyed our conversations. I'd like you to come on this channel at some point if you're available. I know you're really super busy with school, work, raising a family. So I don't want to be selfish, but yeah, I'd love to set something up with you at some point, but I don't know what the deal with that is as far as that goes. If you could I might have you on Discord somewhere. I think we've spoken maybe on Joe's Discord. I'm having a hard time keeping all this straight. I'm meeting so many people, but my email address, in fact, I can even type it in the chat here. I don't mind putting it out there. It's the email address for the channel is Objective Ethics YT. So Objective Ethics as in YouTube YT, and that's at gmail.com. It's in the description of my channel. So you could reach out to me that way. But yeah, let's set something up. I know we've kind of tried a couple times like last minute, but with my work schedule, and I'm sure with yours as well, I really need to do something, set it up in advance so I know what's going on. Every Sunday, I stream regularly, 1 p.m. my time. I'm on the West Coast, so 4 p.m. Eastern. If that's a good day and time for you, I would definitely like to set something up. And if there's a better day and time, I could probably make time on like to do a pre-recorded thing, like on a Wednesday or a Saturday. Wednesday, Saturday, I could set something up. Those are better for you. Ideally, I'd like to do it on Sunday during my live stream time, because then the audience could join and ask you questions. I know a lot of people are interested in evolution. I've got some questions I'd like to ask. I might even be able to get the guest I have tomorrow. He actually is a person who denies evolution. He's a friend of mine, but we definitely have some things we disagree on, and this is going to be a significant one here, is evolution. And I've actually, he gave me permission to invite some friends to have a discussion on evolution on his channel. This is a few months ago now. And I did. I brought it. There was a couple of biology professor and another person I had invited, and we went and had a discussion about evolution. And yeah, boy, they just didn't get through to him. But I think you do have a little bit better way of articulating it. Sometimes you have to really dummy this stuff down to a certain degree, but at the same point in time, you have to be knowledgeable. You've got to know, because like, you know, there's a lot of talking points that people bring up about like, oh, the Uri Miller experiment was like, you know, has been falsified because it was in a controlled environment. I can't repeat all the dumb arguments I've heard, but you know, I know there's responses to all this stuff. I'm not educated in this field. And so I try to be honest and say, listen, this is above my pay grade. I can talk about certain things knowledgeably, but if I've not studied something well enough, I don't want to say the wrong thing or give out the wrong information. So at any rate, I'm going to hop off here right quick, but I just want to say it's good to see you, Austin, and reach out to me on that email, Objective Ethics YT on YouTube. That goes for anybody else watching this video. If you guys want to talk about something, I host pretty much any viewpoint as long as people are willing to be respectful, because the whole point of me doing this channel is to bring people together with different ideas and learn how to sort it out. And at the end of the day, either agree to disagree, or, you know, or maybe we can come to some compromises, but ultimately to continue to be respectful, because I do not promote the idea that we should all agree. I think diversity is actually very important. If we all agreed on everything, science would become stagnant, technology would never progress, art would be boring. I mean, we want diversity in politics, diversity in religion, culture, the whole 9 yards. The thing is, we want to agree on this humanity that we all have, and learn to be more respectful, empathetic, things of this nature. That's what I'm trying to build here. So if you've got a viewpoint you want to discuss, I'm more than happy to bring you on. But do expect to get some pushback, some polite pushback, because a lot of people who watch my channel, like Austin Sims, for example, they're highly educated. They know their stuff, and they are going to say, hey, wait a minute, X, Y, and Z, we have evidence for this. This is the argument, you know, kind of thing. So do be prepared to defend your position if you're going to come here. And other than that, I'm going to say happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Thank you for stopping by, checking out the quick little live stream here. And I hope you do have somebody to share your love with.
Let me calculate my odds of getting a big YouTube channel. 30 through repeating, of course. That's better than I've done before. And Deacon Brendan, Willard, what do you do? Catching a thief at night. Oh shit, he just ran in! Stick to the plan! Stick to the plan! No chicken here, although it's not clear. Oh, it might not sound that great to you, but just wait, objective ethics will be on your plate.